What up? What up? What up? Good morning. Uh-oh. Hey, so what's up, man? I want to say a couple things real quick. First off, had some difficulty with the titling of this video. Just went to my page and noticed that my last 4 or 5 videos are called Equanimity, which is cool because it kind of keeps a little bit of a surprise effect with the words. But I'm gonna have to go back and fix that. But with that said, welcome to the Wake and Bake Show, your daily Philly sports, vocabulary, philosophy, motivational gaming show. And I'm a fancy clown. Welcome. Get your coffees, get your smokes if you smoke. If you don't smoke. Not encouraging it. Get your waters. And we're going to get into this music. It's a beautiful Thursday. We got a little bit of a gloomy topic today, but it don't matter. Because guess what? It's all a matter of perspective, my babies.
There's an aching in my neck, and it hurts when I swallow. And when I sleep, I see the past. When I wake up, it's tomorrow. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. There's another in my spine when I'm losing my mind. And when I see you all the time, I can tell your decline. It's not real. It's not. And I don't wanna know. And I'm not driving home. I know it's fast enough. I'm a soldier. I know it's not enough. I'm waiting for a cure. And I go faster. Aching in my neck. And it hurts when I swallow. And when I sleep, I see the past. When I wake up, it's tomorrow.
All right. So yeah, that was a song, or at least a piece of a song. If I remember correctly, that was when I was still making songs that were named after all of the dark things. So that had to be like 2015, maybe 14. Before I started bartending, I know that for sure. My inspiration for that song, once I made the music, nothing inspired the music. The music was just nice. I liked the music, the instrumental, and then the lyrics. The first part, I was thinking about the band. She Wants Revenge, and then in the hook part, I was like literally taking the melody from Reptilia by the Strokes. I just kind of readapted that shit. But anyway, let's get into this word of the day, guys. So I woke up today, man, and I was like, I don't feel like doing this at all. And then on top of that, I had to deal with a young boy today, and I mean, I love my guy. I love my guy. But today, I actually had to discipline my guy. Like I had to wake him up. I had to deliver bad news to him, and I had to let him know that this is what you did to deserve this bad news that I'm delivering to you. And so it was just a sad occasion, you know. It hurt for both of us. I didn't like it. He didn't like it. It wasn't fun. So on top of that, I got about 4 hours of sleep because I was streaming until like 1:30 for no reason at all. And but it was fun though. I was playing Payday. We're trying to save up for mass and shit. So that's what that is. But I'm here. I don't know why. I was like, yo, just get on camera and something good may happen. So here we go. Hi. So the word of the day, trenchant. Now this was crazy because I was like scrambling right before I started recording to like find a word, and I was going through some previous words and I was going through some words that meant specific things. I was looking for a word that meant extreme focused, and I ended up coming across this word on some list. I don't remember. Um, but this doesn't mean extreme focus, at least I don't think. Let's see. So it says vigorously effective and articulate, which those are two different things to me. Um, the second definition, oh, sorry, the first definition says keen or sharp. Second definition says vigorously effective or articulate. So clearly this is a descriptive term, so it's an adjective. Third definition says sharply perceptive, penetrating. So, like, based on what I've read so far, just on Merriam's, this word has so many meanings. Like, it's perceptive, it's penetrating, it's articulate, and it's really, really effective. Like, this word has a lot of nuance and depth to it. It's kind of hard for me to even think of how I would use this word in a sentence. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, not seeing. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. How do you guys say it? Oh, I turned my volume down. So wait, let me turn the music off, and then let me turn my volume back up. Oh, I think I'm gonna play that song after this too. I'm gonna play Philadelphia X Vokes 1X. All right, say it again, baby.
Trenchant.
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 Yeah, that's exactly what I expected. Try it here.
Trenchant.
Ooh, that sounds spooky.
Trenchant.
Sounds like a girl stuck in a well. So yeah, let's see. Do I have anything else? Oh my goodness, there's even more definitions. Clear cut, distinct, a trenchant view of current conditions, a penetrating, a sharply perceptive. You know what? That's exactly what I want. I want a trenchant view of current conditions. The ads though. Hey man, it's Twitch. Talk to them. Welcome to the chat though, man. Appreciate you being here. Ish money. It's like, nah, I'm sorry. It just is what it is. Thanks for I don't even think you had a Twitch before this whole thing, so thanks for signing up. I'm happy to have you. Happy to have you. Seems like you're the only one here, so welcome. So yeah, clear cut, distinct, penetrating. But yeah, what I'm looking for is a trenchant view of current conditions. And current conditions are very, very well, let's just say this. So I woke up today and I was looking for news, and this is what I saw. First thing I saw, it's war going on, so it's everywhere. Um, but apparently there's some type of siege going on. They're not allowing these people to receive their supplies. And I've already talked about this yesterday. Like I'm not going to go off and pick a side, but I'm also not going to sit here and act like stuff ain't going on when I know what's going on. So I was kind of trying to look into not necessarily this specific situation. I'm not trying to watch, pictures of little children on I'm not trying to I know it is crappy. I'm not trying to look at pictures of little children and people suffering and stuff like that. But what I will do in order to try to gain myself a trenchant view of current conditions is I would like to go back in history and look at similar conditions. So I basically went into sieges. Sieges, look at that. Definitions right here in front of me. Sieges are a form of low intensity conflict where one military force surrounds the stronghold of another. Victory is to be achieved not through battles, but by cutting off an enemy's supply lines. So that's what they're talking about right there. I've read about a number of sieges in history, read about a couple in the Bible, and they could get real ugly and real nasty. So I got a little 7-minute clip here, and it seems like ain't nobody in a rush. What up, King of Kings? I got a 7-minute clip here. And it's funny, Ish Money. I ain't know who you was, but I had to do the math, like Ish Money. But yeah, glad to see you though. So yeah, I got a little 7-minute thing. If it's worth going all the way through 7 minutes, we'll see. But I just want to check it out. It'd save y'all the trouble of having to listen to me read something again.
Leningrad. What was it like to live through history's deadliest siege?
He
Your
sound mad
challenge,
chipper
if you
about
choose
it.
to
Yo.
accept it, is this.
Let's go. Let's
Is that
go.
an ad? Yeah, he sounds mad chipper about it. I'm gonna skip this ad though. Leningrad. What was it like to live through the world's deadliest siege? Or no, he said history's deadliest siege. 13, 12, 11, 10.
What was it like to live through history's deadliest siege?
Sieges are a form of low-intensity conflict where one military force surrounds the stronghold of another. Victory is to be achieved not through battles, but by cutting off an enemy's supply lines. The hope is that, in time, the inhabitants of the besieged stronghold become so famished and psychologically broken that they willingly surrender themselves to their opponent. In medieval times, sieges took place frequently, and were an important component of military campaigns between Europe's rulers. This changed during the time of Napoleon, when the invention of cannons rendered even the most fortified cities vulnerable to direct attack. During the 20th century, when cannons were replaced by tanks and aircraft, sieges became even less frequent. But while the frequency of sieges decreased, their death tolls did not. The Siege of Leningrad, which lasted from September 1941 until January 1944, and led to the deaths of some 800,000 civilians, is remembered as the most destructive urban conflict of all time. Some historians have argued the nature of the siege and its tactics were such that it should be classified not as an act of war, but genocide.
That's
Life
heavy.
inside a besieged city like Leningrad was unimaginably difficult. Citizens felt the desire to live on wane with each passing day. Starvation gradually robbed them of their ability to laugh or love, and the sight of death became so commonplace that it ceased to frighten them. For what it's worth, the siege
What
also
up,
inspired a
brah?
few eloquent writers to record the bleak conditions in
Good
which
to
they
see you,
lived.
brah.
Inside the Siege of Leningrad. On June 22, 1941, Nazi forces invaded the Soviet Union. The Soviet government, which had signed a non-aggression pact with Germany just 2 years prior, was woefully unprepared to ward off this surprise attack. By early August, Hitler's soldiers approached their objective. The city of Leningrad, formerly known as St. Petersburg, one of the country's most important industrial centers. The Germans had moved quickly, but their signature speed came at a cost. Russia was a lot more spread out than Western Europe, and its climate was much, much harsher. Ill-equipped to fight through the coming winter, Nazi officers decided they would take Leningrad via siege rather than through a military confrontation, a decision that conjured hell for both sides. Aside from severing Leningrad's supply lines, the Germans also subjected their enemies to continuous yet largely unpredictable rounds of artillery bombardment. Early in the siege, one of these bombardments destroyed a warehouse complex near Zabalkansky Prospect, significantly reducing the city's already dwindling supply of flour and sugar. Desperate times called for desperate measures. Citizens supplemented their daily bread rations with grist or wood shavings, and boiled glue to extract microscopic amounts of calories. In lieu of meat,
They had these boys
custodians at the
eating glue.
Leningrad Zoo had to trick their carnivorous animals into eating hay, which they soaked in blood or bone broth before sewing it into the skins of smaller animals.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees,
It
banking
was
with
just getting
Capital One
good.
is the easiest decision in the
Not good.
history
Sorry.
of decisions.
It was just getting
Kind of like
interesting.
choosing Derek Jeter as the pin.
Anyway, so they cutting off supplies. People starving. They getting creative about how to get their calories and their intake of their nutrients. This is 1944 too, so this is like relatively like they had TVs. You know what I'm saying? They had TVs, radios. They could communicate.
One NA member FDIC.
The birth of the siege man. Although survival became a full-time job, some Leningraders found time and strength to write. Today, their diaries form an important and moving chapter of Russia's literary canon. One of the most famous authors was an 11-year-old girl named Tatyana Savacheva, whose brief, handwritten letters document the deaths of her sister, grandmother, brother, uncle, and mother. the last two notes tell you all you need to know. One reads, "Everyone died." The other, "Only Tanya is left." Savicheva managed to escape Leningrad, but died of tuberculosis mere months after the siege was lifted. A symbol of civilian casualties, she eventually received her own memorial complex, and her letters were used as evidence against Hitler's right-hand men during the Nuremberg trials. Another writer who shaped our memory of the siege of Leningrad is the Russian literary critic Lydia Ginsburg. Her book, Blockade Diary, attempts to explain how living through a siege changes how you view the world. Having studied at Leningrad's State Institute of the History of the Arts alongside Boris Eichenbaum, Ginsburg paints a startlingly methodical picture of this otherwise chaotic period. Throughout the work, Ginsburg sketches the psychological profile of a new subspecies of human that she refers to as the siege man. Described by the author as an intellectual in exceptional circumstances, he, or she, is both less and more than human. Though they are forced to make do with barbaric conditions, these conditions also cause them to experience the most refined of spiritual revelations. Lydia Ginsburg's Blockade Diary. An underappreciated heavyweight in the worlds of critical and literary theory, Ginsburg's smallest observations often leave the biggest impacts. She notes, for instance, how people living under siege no longer separated Leningrad's cityscape in terms of its historical neighborhoods. Instead, areas were distinguished based on how susceptible they were to being bombarded. While death loomed around every corner, Leningraders always found a way to expunge its presence from their minds. New routines provided them with a subconscious sense of comfort. Many even thought that it was the action of descent and sitting in the cellar that guaranteed a happy outcome. It never occurred to them that this time the house might have survived just as well if they had stayed upstairs. The siege also affected people in other, less obvious ways. Keenly interested in psychology, Ginsburg saw that Leningraders were placed in situations they had not experienced since birth. Like small children, they were incapable of providing their own nourishment. And as their starvation worsened, activities they had taken for granted as grown-ups, like walking or sitting still, suddenly became difficult again. Despite its genius and historical significance, Blockade Diary is hardly known outside of academic circles. This is perhaps because, like other such diaries, its distribution was long suppressed by the Soviet government to hide the country's military failures. Yet those who lived through the siege were most certainly strong in spirit and will, and the fact that Leningrad was never taken only serves to reinforce this.
Your challenge, if you choose to.
Okay. Alright. Now I'm gonna be honest. That joint was kind of tame. I was expecting it to talk a little bit more about, like, people getting kidnapped for meat and the cannibalism and such, and how, the first thing that happens is they start going after the children, the smallest children first, right? So, like, people with, like, 4 kids, from the youngest to the oldest, and they all got to participate in it because they don't want to be seen as the only one who's being a monster. So they all get together in a group, and then they say, all right, we voted on this. We did this civilly. We did this fairly. So, yeah, they do get subjected to a whole lot of psychological trauma. And it's not even the people. I mean, don't get me wrong, the people are doing it, but it's not even necessarily you being attacked by another individual. You're being attacked by your fear. You're being attacked by the conditions. You're being attacked by your own body. You know what I'm saying? Your lack of nutrition, so on and so forth. So, yeah, man, I ain't want to make it too dark, but I just wanted to go and take some time to appreciate what some people are going on. I mean, some people are going through right now at this time. And it's always bothersome to me. It's like that. You think about war, you think about people suffering in like a past or the distant future or in places far off, and it's like it's easy to detach yourself from it or remove yourself from it. But for some reason, I always like to be real conscious about recognizing that, like, somebody somewhere right now at this very moment is suffering. So, gotta be grateful for it, man. You gotta be grateful. Gotta take your opportunities to make the most of this. Like my boy here. This is the 9/11 memorial in New York. There's a giant pool or fountain, and you can see him doing something. This was the first thing I saw when I woke up, yo. What's he on, bro? And then, like, even just looking at that scares me. Just looking at it scares me. That's blood right there. That's blood. At least it looks like blood. Anyway, they said he ain't dead. They put him in jail. I don't know. This world, man, it's crazy. It's real funny. It's real funny. We was talking about this yesterday. I didn't actually hit the point that I wanted to hit. Any thoughts? Anybody? Any thoughts before I move on? Because I'm running through it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm tired. I ain't even want to get on today. But any thoughts while we're here? Why this gotta take so long, dog? He got arrested. They said he was 33 years old. I'm trying to bring it back up. My computer. Not my computer, my game. Would cooperate. Yeah, they say he got arrested. Let me see. Maybe I'll just type it in. Nah, do it in the search. New York. Memorial. I'm trying to type as little words as possible because obviously I'm not that quick at it. New York Memorial. 33 years old. I don't know. I'm just typing years old. And then fountain. Chilling footage of bloody NYC man plunging into 9/11 reflecting pool. Let's see. Try to read something with a little bit of Yahoo News. Let's go with Yahoo News. It's 2 days. Man jumps in a reflecting pool at 9/11 Memorial in New York City. That joint looks scary. So I think it's 30 feet from here to there is what they were saying. Let's see. A man was arrested in New York City on Monday and accused of jumping into a reflecting pool at the 9/11 memorial, police said. The incident unfolded at about 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time when police were called to the North Pool at 9/11 memorial and found a 33-year-old man had jumped in, police said. An emergency medical service team helped the man who injured his left leg and back in the incident into an ambulance, authorities said. He was taken to Bellevue Hospital for non-life-threatening injuries and charges are pending, officials said. The man was described as apparently emotionally disturbed person, a Port Authority spokesperson said. Later, security guards were spotted erecting chains around the pool to discourage anyone else from jumping in. The pool is one of two at the memorial, both in the footprints of the Twin Towers that fell during the terrorist attack of September 11, 2001. According to 9/11 Memorial and Museum website, each pool descends 30 feet into a basin and drops 20 more feet into a central void. That sounds terrifying. A central void. Sheesh. Like a black pool of water? Like it's like a giant well. Why would you just jump into a well? The names of 2,983 people who were killed in 2001, as well as those who died in 1993 bombing of the World Trade Center, are written in bronze surrounding the memorial pools. Ugh. Yeah, he was clearly emotionally disturbed. I mean, at the very least. Oh, sorry, let me catch up. What happened to the dude? Was he trying to commit suicide? I mean, I think so. I know, I get it. They will say he was violating private property. But why was he bleeding? Probably because of the leg injury from the 30-foot fall. It was a 30-foot fall to the black part and then a 20-foot fall after the black part. Hmm. And what was his landing? It had to be painful. He had back injuries and he had a leg thing. It was, yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. So, yeah. We went into this yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to get into the full meat of the discussion, which was basically, if you had $1 million, how long would it last you in any state today, right? Because the whole idea of having $1 million or investing or saving money is because you're gonna have to retire one day. So how long will you be able to last with that $1 million in each state? And they got it going in descending order, starting at Hawaii. So Hawaii gives you about 10 years, right? Where you think Philly's gonna be on all of this? Or sorry, Pennsylvania. Where do you think Pennsylvania is going to be on all this? Hawaii gives you about 10 years. So we looking at 6 racks for groceries a year. We looking at 30 racks for housing a year. I think that equaled out to like 27 or 28 a month. This is expensive to live down there. So scroll down all the way. See where the best places to live if you got to spend $1 million. Not even if you got to spend $1 million. This is literally just talking about local economies. So this is like the cheapest places to live versus the most expensive places to live. They're just framing it like, if you got $1 million to spend. But Mississippi, cheapest place to live. 23 years you can get away with out there spending that same amount. Let's see, something a little less scary. Oklahoma. I like Oklahoma. There's a lot of storms. It's right over top of Texas, so it's right there where the tornadoes be at. But they got football teams, they got big colleges, so they got somewhat, a little bit of culture. Oklahoma, 22 years. Arkansas, I'm going to skip through there. New Mexico, a lot of Indian reservations, a lot of desert, good bit of crime. Indian reservations, if people don't know, they're worse than hoods, pretty much. They are hoods, but they got their own police, you know what I'm saying? They got their own situation going on. People try to stay out of that. Kansas, they got basketball, they got football, they got colleges. Nice place. I could retire to Kansas. I wouldn't mind. A lot of young people give you life. Young people give old people life, man. It's a thing. It's a thing. All right. Missouri. All right, I don't really know nothing about Missouri. What's in Missouri? St. Louis? All right, so Nelly. Hey. Tennessee. That's right next to Atlanta or Georgia. So Tennessee's fly. Tennessee been popping. They said Nashville is like the what is it? When you get married, the bachelor party, the bachelorette party, capital of the world, Nashville, Tennessee. That's where everybody goes. It's also like the southern LA because they just perform out there. Alabama, I'm good. Georgia, it's cheap to live in Georgia. We could retire to Georgia. Sheesh. Shoot, 2 extra months by being in Kansas. Nah, I just probably go straight to Georgia. Michigan, nah, it's cold and they got bad water. Indiana, nope. Ain't nobody good from Indiana except Michael Jackson. West Virginia, nah, that's too close to here. But 21 years though. So let's see where Pennsylvania is, so I can wrap this up. Get on with my life. I appreciate y'all for coming out today. Thank you very much. I had not very much to talk about, but y'all stuck around, saw me through it. Hopefully we all learned something today. All right, where's Pennsylvania? Ooh. Hey guys, we're selling ourselves short. We could be in Arizona. We could be in Florida for cheaper. Come on, man. South Carolina, that's not bad in South Carolina. I lived there at one point. Arizona, South Dakota, Virginia. We could live in Virginia for cheaper. Come on, where you at? Pennsylvania? Oh, look at that. Pennsylvania. 19 years. Okay. Well, it ain't too bad. It ain't too far off. Colorado's right there, though. Shoot. Shoot, we can go to Denver for about same prices here. I ain't mad at that. Delaware, no taxes. Nevada. Sun City, baby. Yeah, alright. Think that's enough to be done with that. Do I got anything else? This joint ain't gonna load, so it loaded. Let's see. Let's see if I got any more bookmarks. Ooh, King of Kings. King of Kings, my G. Wait, you got me confused, cuz I've heard of olds that don't live on any state. What you talking about? Like border people? Or like, what you mean? This for you though. This for you though, bro. Nah, that's too loud. Can you see it? Can you see it? Old heads living in mobile homes. Oh yeah. My 7th grade teacher, my homie just stalked him recently, and he got a new wife, and now he's touring America in a mobile home. That's how he's chosen to retire. So yeah, apparently that is a thing. Cause I think a lot of people do that because like literally because of property taxes. Property taxes is problematic, bro. Property taxes are seriously problematic. Like a lot of people actually think it's illegal. Like I personally think it should be illegal because like you buy a home, right? You spend mad bread your whole life and you buy a home. It takes like on average 15 to 30 years to like pay this home off. And then after you've paid it off, you still gotta pay like 7, 8 racks a year to keep your home. So it's never really your home, is it now? That is very problematic. So I can understand why people live in mobile homes. I'm sorry, I just kind of went off on a different subject. But jumping cruise to cruise, yeah. Homies told me these cruises is crazy. They're trying to get me to go on cruises with them now. I don't know how I feel about cruises though. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a black man that can swim, but I still kind of feel crazy about getting on a big ass boat that's the size of a city and just like going. That's wild to me. Mobile homes they actually be fairly better. No, seriously, I saw this lady that lived in this mobile home. Let me see if there's any possibility of me finding this video in a reasonable amount of time. But I saw this lady who she converted her van. It wasn't even a mobile home. It was like one of them rape vans. You know what I mean? One of the white Johns. Just a discreet, nondescript white van. She converted that into a home, like a home. Like she had a bathroom in that John. Like she had everything. She was cooking in there, but it was pretty dope. She was like DIY queen type thing. But they didn't show like how she did it all. They just showed the after. But it was so impressive. Now oh man, do I want to? Y'all going anywhere? Y'all busy? Stick with me now. Hey yo, I got you though, King of Kings. This a new John. This a new sighting. There he is. I know you see him. I know you see him. All right. I think I could just go to YouTube. You can't see it? All right, I got you. To me, when this happened, like that, like when it don't load, that's just God, man. I don't even be tripping. Like, all right, guess I don't want me to talk about that. What does this say? Uh, oh yeah, researcher Randall Bell found out through his study that if you make your bed each morning, you are 206% more likely to become a millionaire. I understand why that is true. And most books that I read about, like, success. Damn, bro, that's the comment? We trying to talk about Bigfoot. See what's wrong with Twitter, bro? You seen that? Anyway. Alright, I guess I gotta keep going. Nah, nobody's gonna take this seriously. I'll send you the link later, bro. I'm sorry. I'll send you the link later. Because they did have a picture. They had a picture under it that was like, wow, that's a pretty good quality picture. DIY van. Camper van conversion. She had a bunch of yellow. It was a black lady.
Hello, this is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel here at the Northeast.
Hey everyone.
Nope. Bear with me, guys.
Last year I bought.
I'd be mad at myself because I got like 3 accounts. So I can't even like look through my history. There she is. There she is. And you can see I watched the video already. All right.
Moving forward with node-positive breast cancer is overwhelming, but I never just found my way. I made it and did all I could to prevent recurrence. Verzenio reduced.
Hi everybody, my name is Vanessa and I live in a van. And
talk to us, baby.
Treasure. This is a self-build that I did. I'm almost a year anniversary into van life, so I want to show you my van. So this is the inside of Treasure, you guys, and this is a Ford E350 cargo van, and it's an extended version, so I have a lot of room, a lot of space to live in and enjoy myself. And my bill, I've never seen anyone on YouTube or any other social media with my bill. This is something that God gave me, and I am happy with it. If I had another vehicle that was the same vehicle as this one, I would do this build all over again. So this, where I'm sitting right now, is
y'all watching? Y'all still watching?
Bathroom. This is like my vanity. This is like my sink. The water actually goes in a container underneath, and I empty it. And I have these little containers that I actually had in home life that just pretty much stays still while I drive.
She said in home life.
I hit a curb and unless I hit a curb, and then they will come tumbling down. So you guys, this is my little love seat area where I can sit and chill and even put my feet up on a little stool that's right here in front of me and look directly outside of my van and just enjoy nature, life, wherever I'm at. I don't have air in my van. I'm not a hot-natured person, so I really don't sweat that often. You can looking at me right now. I'm really not sweating, but I'm.
Oh, they got chapters.
Into as I travel, and I was going to be able to live in the back, and somebody stole my cargo trailer. It was a brand new cargo trailer, and then I ended up kind of got depressed after they stole my cargo trailer, and I ended up letting my new vehicle that I had, I did a voluntary repo on it. It was actually a cargo van. with 8,000 miles on it that I bought off the car lot, and I actually did a voluntary repo on it. Didn't know anything about van life. So now I'm without a car. I'm depressed. I'm sad. And I just started praying and asking God to help me get another vehicle. I didn't have a vehicle. I started watching YouTube videos, seeing people doing
The
van
way she
life.
say vehicle.
And I'm like, I wish I would have known about that when I had my van. And I prayed to God and asked him to help me get a vehicle. And he actually did.
She made
my
the most
father
of that
passed
vehicle.
away, and when he passed away, my aunt, his twin sister, gave me $2,000. And with that money, I asked God to be able to let me find a vehicle. And hence, I found Treasure. And it's a story behind
$2,000.
it. The man posted
That's
a
property
listing
taxes.
of this on Craigslist
That's not even
for
property taxes.
$2,500.
That's like a quarter
I
of
didn't
property
have
taxes.
enough. I tried to call him
On this house.
and he wouldn't answer my calls. And then next week I look on Craigslist, he have it for $2,000. He still won't answer my call. Next week I look on Craigslist, he have it for $1,800. He still won't answer my call. Next week I look on Craigslist, he have it for $1,500. I say, what is wrong with this vehicle? I say, either don't nobody want to buy
the hick.
or God has
Vehicle.
a vehicle for me. And so I called him. He wanted 50. He went all the way down from $2,500 to $1,500.
This is a beautiful story, but I'm
shirts, bras,
storage, clothes.
I would not have all of this.
Pop that joint right back in place.
For area, but this actually serves a purpose.
Just a little lounge.
Underneath here, where I store my battery banks and everything.
Cool.
Regular.
See, I ain't got no kids, right? And I'm also a little more low maintenance than she is. She got a lot going on. She got designs and patterns, though. I like the pattern.
Actually 3 sets of pots here
and
other little miscellaneous things.
Shoot, she half a hoarder, for real.
My water tank. I do have water in my van, and I think this is an 18-gallon water tank. And because it is black, and because I live in Texas, and it get hot.
Not with the little ones.
Y'all, this water.
I mean, they gotta be on some helpful stuff. They gotta be able to carry their own weight. But anyway, so yeah, I saw that. Yeah, some people do just drive across the country and do that whole thing. But the thing is, when you retire, from what I'm understanding, King of Kings, I don't know if you're still here. When you retire, don't you get tired? Isn't that in the word retire? Like, don't you get tired when you get old? And don't you not necessarily want to just run around in a whole bunch of places? But I don't know. Maybe I'm different. People do cruises. I don't know if people be like, yo, I'ma just, I don't know. I never thought about that for myself, though. Yeah, I know. That's what I figured. Like, that's why they, like, statistically, a lot of people actually die when they retire because their routine, they just stop everything. Yeah, people be working at Walmart after they retire and Wawa and stuff. Anyway, I don't know how many people we still got here, but let's get into these quotes, baby. Yeah, I think we touched on every small little thing. Shoot, I'm surprised I made it through 45 minutes, y'all. I ain't had nothing. Oh, Phillies won yesterday. I'm happy. I'm very happy. 110-2. Bryce hit 2 home runs. Nick Castellanos hit 2 home runs. All right. Okay, I'm just read at random. I wanted to do Seneca yesterday. Didn't do Seneca yesterday. I'm going to do Seneca today. All right. Be wary of the man who urges an action in which he himself incurs no risk. See, now that's funny, right? It's not even that he's a hypocrite and he's telling you to do something that he wouldn't do. No, he's telling you, go ahead, do your thing, man. That's good for you. But it don't cost him nothing to tell you to do that. Like, that's actually how I feel about certain people who be like, you should do this. Yo, you good at that. You should do this. Like, even if it's, I don't know where it's coming from. Like, if it's coming from a good place, bad place. But, like, if somebody be like, yo, you good at, I don't know. I'm trying to think of an example. I don't want to go hit too close to home, but, like, you know how to do this. So you should do this. You should Uber. You drive cars. You should Uber. And, you know, whatever the case may be. You do hair. You should be a professional hair doer. I don't know. I'm doing real bad at examples right now. All right, you got time. You play games. You should Twitch. You make music. You should go and perform in these places. Like all of that stuff. It's just like, dog, what you putting on it, man? Yeah, I think so too. It keeps old heads alive, staying on the move. I think it keeps people alive, having purpose and moving around and stuff. Getting a rhythm of life. Like there's like life around, and that life you flow in it. And I think when you take yourself out of that, then life don't flow through you as much. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was saying I'd be willing to like retire in like college towns when there's plenty of like youth and life and stuff. But yeah, I dig y'all. I dig y'all. Retirement. I'm not looking forward to it, which is funny as heck because I ain't got no job right now, right? Um, it is not a man who has little, but the man who craves more that is poor. Ooh, yeah, we leaving on that note, y'all. Y'all heard me. Y'all heard the man. Y'all heard what he said. Let me click it, make it big. Close. Do I hit close? If I hit close, is it going to pop up another window? Nope. Yeah. He said, it is not the man who has little, but the man who craves more that is poor. That's a bar. Y'all go ahead, write that down, take that to the bank, cash that in. It's been a wonderful day. I appreciate y'all for kicking it with me. If you're not following me already, please follow me. All these videos get reposted to YouTube. I'm a fancy clown on YouTube. You can check out TRN Podcast on Spotify, Apple, everywhere you get podcasts from. You can follow the TRN Podcast on Twitter. I got a Discord. You can join that if you want to join that. You got like little cool things going on here and there. Instructionals and things. I game at night. Who cares, right? But I want to say it one more time because this joint is so awesome. Like it's still like ruminating around my skull. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. So yeah, man, be grateful. Be grateful. Be grateful. Contentment. That talks a lot about contentment because people say complacency is a bad thing, right? But contentment is a good thing. So, that's a balance, man. That's a balance. But anyway, man, I'm gonna leave out on a song and then let y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day.
Still the worst. Don't stop. Don't stop. I'm married to my work, yeah. I'm married to my work, yeah. I'm married.
See y'all tomorrow at 10.
Gonna swerve, yeah. I'm married to my work, to my work, to my work, to my work. I live in reverse. I live in reverse. I'm not from this earth. I'm not from this earth. Like Benjamin Button. I live in reverse. Just say the word. That money get dispersed. Don't be disturbed, huh? Say the word, huh? I'm living life to serve, huh? Quench your thirst, huh? Don't ask me nothing, bro. I give it first, man. Just follow up the program like you that post, man. To my work, yeah. I'm married to my work, yeah. I'm married, gonna swerve, what? I'm married to my work, to my work, to my work, to my work, to my work. Look, I'm married to my work, yeah. Probably still the worst, yeah. Father taught me how to seek him first, yeah. Some got wise with me, I got a rap career. I'm married to my work, to my work, to my work, to my work, to my work.